How y'all doing this evening? Or should I say this shadow? Yesterday, we talked about taxes and wealth. And I went home and I was thinking about that. Awesome topic, but I remember all those times when I was doing real estate. When I first started doing it, I had a real estate coach. He always started with what they call inner game. So we had to do inner game first before we actually learned the fundamentals of investing in real estate or anything to do with real estate. They would give you a course on real estate, but the coaching would deal mostly with inner game. So we got to shift. We got to make shifts in the way you think, or in the way we think, not just you, the way we think, before we can actually start into talking about taxes and wealth and things of that nature. Because if we don't shift the mind first, or we don't have a shift, or we don't have a learning curve, then some of the stuff that we'll talk about during these talks will fall on deaf ears. So today I figured we'll start off with some foundational stuff. We'll start off talking about the power of significance. And I bet you're saying, how do we go from wealth and taxes to significance? Well, we all have what they call in the spiritual world darma. And darma is basically saying that we all have a purpose in life. And I'll be 37 next month. And I've been through most of my life not knowing what my dharma was, or not even questioning what was I really here for. I used to hear some guys that I like to study the rich. That's just who I am. I like to study the rich and how do they get to where they are. Because it's my belief that success leaves clues. But I heard one rich guy, and I won't quote him on it because I don't want you to not study him, because he's a remarkable guy. But he said that our resources are wasted on the poor. And before you shut me off for saying that, I just wanted that to be for knowledge's sake. And then it kind of hit me like, at the time I had some money. Came from some places I'm not so proud of, but when you talk about the poor and knowing where I came from and knowing a lot of people that I know, they kind of like made me wonder, or look at it and say, well, what's the big deal? What's the issue with that? And what happens is, and what you'll start to realize is that when you're not living a life of significance, when you're not adding value to the universe, everybody's taken math before. So you either add or subtract, or multiply or divide, but there's no sitting still. Energy is always moving. Science says we're made up of energy. So if we're not energy and some other stuff, energy and matter, but if we're not moving forward, we're falling behind. So that's kind of what that statement meant, or what I took it to mean, is that that we're just existing, that most of us live a life of existing, and all real change starts from the inside out. So me saying that I want change is more of just words, and I hear a lot of people, I want to change, I want to do this, and it's just like at the beginning of the year, you have all these people that start their New Year's resolution, and by this time of the year, most of them falling off the wagon, be it diets or whatever it is. I heard my aunt say last night that she was fasting for Lent, You know, she wasn't eating sweets. But truth of the matter is, we all know we need to be on a diet where we don't eat sweets or eat a limited amount of them. Hardly not eat any, but we don't. Question becomes, why do we not do that? Why do we know that we need to eat healthy in order to live a longer, successful, healthy life, but we don't do it? Good question. Those are those questions that, you know, I always say that powerful questions yield powerful answers. Heard that from Tony Robbins. But if I want to get the right answer, I got to ask the right question. So we go through life merely existing and not really thriving. You know, you got to get from not striving, because you want to get from, because if you strive, you're trying to get somewhere that you're not. In all actuality, if we're a part of God, then we already have, or we already where we're supposed to be. So we got to thrive in life, meaning that we got to live a life of significance, meaning that we got to make a difference. You can have anything in life you want as long as you help enough other people get what they want. And I got that from somewhere. You give me a few minutes and I'll be able to tell you. But do you ever ask yourself, why am I here? Why were my parents chosen as the vehicle for my existence? Good question. Or do you wake up every morning and just exist? You know, just say, I'm up this morning, thank God for waking me up. Because I see a lot of people on the internet, on Facebook, saying, you know, thank God for waking me up, you know, and see another day. But the question becomes, what are you going to do with that day? As LeBron James put it, when the media was talking about him and his decision, you know, you guys will have to go back to your boring lives. Basically what he said tomorrow. Are you living a boring life? So what we got to do is we got to start at the roots. We got to work on the roots. We got to work on, why are you here? What is your dharma? I've taken the time over the course of the last 60 days or so to kind of get more in touch with mine. And I kind of feel like I know what I'm here for. You know, and later on we'll get into writing a purpose statement and things of that nature. But right now we just want to take the time to see or come to a realization of what we're here for. If you think about it, it's a lot of rich people out here that are unhappy. And you say, wow, I mean, you know, money can make me rich, or money cannot make me rich, or money is the root of all evil. You know, there's all those things, those negative memes that you hear growing up. But the reality is, the reality is that money alone can't make you happy. Now you got to have those other things like spiritual, physical, and emotional happiness as well. Because what is wealth if all my relationships are sucking? Or, you know, if my kids don't like me, my wife don't like me, I don't get along with my parents, I don't have any friends. What is wealth really if all of those things aren't existent? So I want to start this journey with you, and I want to work on the roots, as I said, because after we get the roots deeply rooted in the ground, then we'll get to see the fruits. We'll sow those seeds, and we'll see those seeds grow into the fruits that we want for our lives, for yours and mine. So we're going to start with some fundamental things. And I guess you're saying, what are those fundamental things, right? We all have a daily routine, whether you know it or not. Some of us have a daily routine that we are proactive in creating. Some just have one that, you know, has happened over the years. I believe in the proactive kind. You know, people wake up and that's what mine is. But then you have those people that wake up in the morning, they get the newspaper, they read, they're on Facebook, they're looking at all those things outside of themselves for their happiness, or not even, sometimes not even for their happiness, just for their reasoning or their need for existence. You know, need for drama, need for excitement. That's where they find their excitement. I think that we need to start on the inside and work out for that excitement. And my routine kind of goes like this. And what we'll do from this point forward is we'll kind of go with the steps of the routine, and we'll address them on videos to come, and then kind of see how those fundamentals work, and kind of hopefully get you to go on the journey with me, the journey of enlightenment, you know, of living a better life, not just, you know, not just existing, not, you know, but living a higher spiritual life. So, and using 7 o'clock as a benchmark, not necessarily where you'll wake up or where I wake up, but as a benchmark, we're going to use 7 o'clock. So you wake up at 7 o'clock, and it's basically just 15 minutes of gratitude. You know, being grateful. It may not take you 15 minutes. It may be a lot less than 15 minutes. But you want to thank God for everything in your life. You look at every aspect of your life. You know, instead of spending all this time complaining about what you don't have, let's take these 15 minutes and be grateful for those things that you do have. And most of this stuff isn't stuff that's out of your reach. It's more of just realigning yourself, because anything that you want already exists. So all you got to do is realign with it, you know, and that'll be something that we'll talk about later as well. Realigning. So okay, from 7 to 7:15, you got the gratitude, 15 minutes of gratitude. Then we go into a meditative state. So, you know, for those of you that understand meditation gets you, that's the closest you get with Source. The closest you get to God is in silence. But what I'm doing right now is I'm trying something new. I'm trying what they call, and I do the meditation still. I do it in the morning and at night. But I'm trying what they call the life visioning process. So it's with Dr. Michael Benoit Beckwith, and we have what you call life visioning. And you can research it online. It's very powerful, very powerful. But, you know, if you want to join me in it, then, you know, we can always get on Google Plus and go through the whole process together. But anyway, that's about 30 minutes. You know, and in the beginning, it may be hard for you to meditate for 30 minutes. But 30 minutes is the benchmark. I'm looking at the front end if y'all wonder what I'm looking at. But 30 minutes is the benchmark. So you got 30 minutes of meditation. 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever you can accomplish on your own. That's where you start. Start at what feels good to you, what makes you comfortable. Okay, and then you got from 7. So that takes us from 7:15 to 7:45. We go for the whole 30. And then you got 15 minutes of affirmations. And affirmative statements are just positive statements that you make, affirming whatever it is that you want in your life, or whatever you want for today. And you know, it's just like you say sing the national anthem, or you do the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. It's the same type of concept. That's the mentality behind it. as you know, as I don't want to say tricking your mind, but the mind my belief is the mind doesn't see good, bad, right, or wrong. The mind just sees what are your thoughts. So you put it out there on the wall what it is that you want. And the Bible says, asking it shall be given, knocking the door will open, seeking ye shall find. That's Matthew 7:7, for those of you that don't know. And that's the end of what I like to call the power hour. You know, you spend an hour kind of creating the day that you want to have as opposed to accepting what it is that comes to you. You know, you want to push it out there and say, this is what I want for my day. So, you know, I like to call that part in helping to create my Optimus Prime or my transformation in life. But for those of you that really want to transform and really want to get it going, we got one more step, and you knew it was coming. Exercise. Right now I'm doing the insanity workout, and I mean it's truly insane. Now, if you really want to work out, I mean, in my adult life, you know, I can't say when I was playing football and things of that nature, college and high school, but in my adult life, I've never experienced anything like it. I mean, it's truly insane. But yeah, you can actually, you know, get in on that workout or ride a treadmill. You get on the treadmill, go walk around the track, whatever it is. But for another 30 minutes, just get some movement going, and you can do what Tony Robbins called incantations. Once again, it's just like the affirmations, but it's doing it with the physiology, because physiology is what helps with change. You know, moving. So that's another added value. And I have another step that I do that's wealth creation exercises. I won't, we'll talk about that later, but I do wealth creation exercises. That's something that you may want to add later, and I'll talk about it in depth. But it's once again, it's just putting out there in the universe what it is that I want for my life and for my family. And those are the kind of things that you have to do to create the life that you want, as opposed to just existing. But we kind of ran over today. We wanted to keep it under 15 minutes for these first few sessions. Like I said, we eventually want to move this into a talk show. So if you like it, shoot me an email or a message and let me know what you think, good or bad. We want to get it better, so that we can help make those transitions or those transformations in your life and mine. Peace and blessings. We're out.